also yung yung perception of corruption, tayo dun yung perception of corruption
Mataas rin ho ba?
index sa atin, din, di ba?
Oo.
Apart from the red tape, they have to contend with the corruption also.
Ayan. Ayan, okay.
Oo, Sir George, balita po namin. We'd like to confirm, kasama po na naman kayo ng Pangulo dito po sa kagaganap pa lamang na 46th ASEAN Summit. Kasama po kayo sa delegasyon.
Oo, kasama. Kababalik lang ako galing sa Kuala Lumpur.
Parang balita ko, alas 3 ng madaling araw. Pero Sir George, thank you for coming on sa program kasi gusto po naming makibalita sa mga salient points. Ano po yung mga pinakapangunahin po na accomplishments sa tingin nyo na nangyari po dito sa pinakahuling, the latest ASEAN Summit that the President and his delegation attended? Sir George.
Okay. Ang key point na pinausapan, alam mo na yung tungkol sa reciprocal tariff. Epektado tayo lahat. And then, at least naman we have a common stance. There will be no retaliatory action on the part of ASEAN countries. But at the same time, we have to cooperate more in view of the fact that we are concerned that there may be more importations coming those countries affected by this reciprocal tariff. So aside from that, the topic that we discussed, which is of top concern for the ASEAN countries, is food security. And then kami naman sa private sector, we're encouraging more cross-border trade and commerce.
Okay.
Alam mo naman na as far as ASEAN countries are concerned, tayo ang pinakamalaki yung trade deficit natin sa mga ASEAN countries. Kaya yun aspect na yan, we have to improve also. No? We encourage also our ASEAN brothers to come and invest in the Philippines.
So talagang kasi tayo net importer tayo, no? Laki ng imports natin.
Pero Sir George, I was wondering, no, kasi nga dito nga nagsabi na nga si PBBM na he agrees, no, na wag tayong bumawi dito nga sa retaliatory. Ang tanong ko po, tayo po, I don't know if you can say we still enjoy yung 17% tariff kasi may mga iba mas mataas, but parang mga iba, marami rin po nasa 10% po. Is there a move for us? No, I don't know if you're also privy kasi nagpunta nga yung economic team sa Amerika para kausapin po yung counterpart. Kung ano po yung naging resulta po noon, kasi 17% is still quite high, no? Although in the beginning we said na at least mas mababa tayo compared sa Thailand, sa Vietnam. Pero sa Singapore, 10%. How is this going to affect kung ipatupad yung 17% po?
Yung major export natin to the United States, electronics.
Okay.
So, kaya so far, electronics has not been impacted by this reciprocal tariff. Yung walang import taxes pa rin. So that is a good sign. Now, on the side of P-17, meron tayo 90 days pause, no?
Yeah.
That will affect us. Kaya I think the Secretary Go and DTI Secretary Chris Roque, they went to the United States and to discuss what are the other things that the U.S. can extend to us, other privileges. Matagal na ang usapan yung free trade agreement, U.S. Sa ngayon, we are treated just like any other ASEAN nations, no? Pero alam mo naman, we have extended so much cooperation in the sense of others, no, like geopolitical, alam naman yung EDCA natin.
EDCA, military, oo po.
Pinalawag natin yung so I think that were talking points. But so far, wala naman tayong nakita na anything definitive on that issue.
Wala pa. Okay.
So, Sir George, with the imposition of this new tariff schedule ni US President Donald Trump, each of the countries, kanya-kanyang di ba? Padala ng delegation. Each of the countries are going and talking to their counterparts in the US para to arrange a special tariff schedule. Ang Vietnam, sabi niya, bukas sila to bring down yung tariffs in some categories of US goods to 0 para mahikayat na po. No? Tayo po ba, would you recommend that we do the same thing? Kasi we haven't done the same, wala pa tayong ginagawang ganung move, no? Do you recommend this also sa Pilipinas?
On that aspect. Kaya yung impose sa atin medyo mababa because we have US has a trade surplus with us, not
Okay.
deficit.
Ah,
Kaya yung mga ibang bansa na trade deficit, tinaasan nila yung yung tariff. And also, we can see the trend na pag alam ng United States, yung mga exporter may component na investors galing sa kalaban nila.
oo.
Yun din ang isang bagay, no? But for us, I think we are our export and our import from them are quite balanced. So we'll just use whatever comparative advantage we have in the line of the next night after the 90 days has elapsed.
Yeah.
We'll see what will happen. By the way, I've also discussed with our counterpart, like Indonesia. They have minerals, no? They have nickel.
Yes.
Similar to us, we have nickel, no? And I think U.S. Seems to be more flexible with countries having mineral resources.
So that's another thing that they will look into. But Sir George, I was wondering, no, there were talks kasi kasi it's not the same, no, for all ASEAN nations yung tariff yung tariff rate. Ngayon, do you really see that if we are able to lower it or even at 17, these other companies in, let's say, in Vietnam, in Thailand, where they have higher tariff rates, will really transfer here to the Philippines? Do you think it's really a come on for them? Is that going to
That is our wish list.
wish list? But is it
Even
practical?
dati pa, yung decouple ang supply chain, China, no? Di ba ayaw ni President Trump na yung supply
China.
chain galing sa
Yeah.
China. So we on the private sector, no, to be honest, we work hard to attract companies that are relocating or decoupling from China to the Philippines. No?
Yeah.
We have some, but unfortunately, hindi kasing kalaki na yung mga napunta
What
sa
we
Vietnam.
wanted. Oo. So, it's not, so are you saying na parang mahihirapan talaga tayo? It's not going to be
Parang
as attractive
sa
as we
ngayon,
wanted?
nahirapan tayo
Yeah.
because of certain gaps that has to be addressed. No? Yung kuryente natin, medyo
Mahal ako, up to now pa
mahal.
rin.
Alam naman lahat.
Yeah.
And then also this cost of doing business. No? Eh, lalo na ngayon, itong in-expect natin na road closure in EDSA,
Ayun.
talagang
Nako.
sisipa yung
ano?
cost natin sa,
Oo
sa
nga.
logistic.
Since you
Oo.
already opened that...
that is that is 2 years pa.
Correct.
Kaya all of these factors come into play for
Yeah.
people who are investing, no?
Oo.
Correct.
Investment is long term.
Yeah,
So they have to
yeah.
really study all the aspect na ano ba yung comparative advantage natin,
Oo.
ano ba yung mga issues na concern na pinaayos na ba ng gobyerno. So they know, and I hope that they see opportunities in our country.
So, yun nga, nabanggit na nga ni Sir George, talagang meron talagang economic impact
Bakit?
itong
EDSA.
itong major EDSA rebuild po natin. Pero ang isa sa panukala po, ngayon, ibalik na naman yung work from home arrangement because we are already anticipating itong Carmageddon na tinatawag. Merong staggered work schedules. Kayo po ba, ano yung mga suggestions that you ascribe to para lamang po yung employers and employees, ano po yung magandang gawin para lamang hindi masyadong mabawasan itong dagok sa ating mga manggagawang Pilipino, Sir George?
Alam mo, itong issue nito, we're quite concerned in the private sector. Kasi we think back, no? I mean, for those who have good memories, we think back to 2014 yata, yung Rojas Boulevard. Sinarado niya yung mga trucks.
Oh.
You remember that
I think so,
that
yes.
create a lot of congestion in the whole supply chain logistic.
Yeah, kasi
Ang
galing sa port.
estimated na loss sa atin at that time was about 320 billion pesos.
Wow.
Yung 7 buwan na sinarado yung Ross Boulevard na sarado for the logistic, no?
Yeah.
And I cannot imagine how big an impact this effect on EDSA. If you notice, I'm just quoting some statistics for reference, no? Yung 2013, ang GDP natin was one of the highest, 7.2. Okay? And then 2014, in view of this issue on the traffic, bumaba to 6.2. And then 2015, parang we had not recovered na naging 5.9. Okay?
Pababa ng pababa.
So definitely, this will impact our trade and commerce.
Oh.
Ang estimate nila, ang less traffic daw sa EDSA would be 40%.
Oh.
So 40% is a big number, and mostly these are logistic hindrance that the cost will be borne by
Consumers.
Yung additional cost ng delivery, additional cost ng mga katulad ng daming pabrika dito sa South, no? Sa Laguna. Yung port natin dito sa Manila And all of this has to traverse through main thoroughfare ng EDSA. Ngayon, I cannot just imagine kung ganun ka-traffic dito sa C5, dito sa, alam mo yung isang bridge that we follow, sinaktahan, all of this will be fully congested. Kaya itong ginawa ng well, we have no choice but to do it.
Bite the bullet.
But they will field more buses. At saka bawal ngayon sa daytime for this delivery. They're limiting it to 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Those are factors that can help a bit, but not really that much. I was hoping that LTO, kasi sila ang may data sa ilang trucks, ilang buses, ilang kotse, to come out and also give us guidelines. Sa ngayon, ang nakikita natin is we are doing our own thinking. Merong at and even, meron pa iba, sabi na, may color code na rin. And these are all impacted. And I think even the Department of Education, all of this should be considered, should be looked into. Should we go again back to the days wherein the students will not be required to school. Itong work from home, actually, even after the COVID, maraming kumpanya, tuloy pa rin yung work from home, except hindi naman buong linggo, no? Mga half-half lang. So these are things that have to be considered moving forward.
Dapat whole of government talaga approach.
Alam mo itong our track record sa DPWH. So I'm not saying criticizing them. Maraming factors dito sa construction kasi minsan sa isang taon, ilan ang typhoon natin So all of this projection of 18 months to 2 years, my concern, that could be extended pa.
Kaya nga.
Okay? Ang sabi natin 2027. I hope that this will be finished before the term of President BBM would end. But that's why I said their track record is not exactly very exemplar, no?
We agree with you.
But one thing is we have to plan for the worst.
I think bite the bullet. Which leads me to my next question, Sir George. Listening to all these problems besetting the economy, yung economic team, when the President retained the economic team, you were in favor. Do you think that the economic team is doing well, or do you think there's room for improvement? What should they do pa?
Well, I think... how should I put it? I think they're retained, they're kept, because from the President's point of view, they're doing their best, but there are certain hindrance that is affecting our
economy
performances. No?
Correct.
From the private sector, alam natin na moving force, tuloy pa rin ang remittances. No? This has been going on and they expect increase. Dito naman sa...
Join the McDonald's Kitty Crew Workshop Bootcamp Edition. Register at a participating McDonald's store now.
Outsourcing, okay rin.
Sir George?
Naglag.
Remittance and outsourcing.
Babalikan po natin si Sir George Barcelon ng Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Nagkaroon lang tayo ng problema sa ating komunikasyon. Nako, talagang nakita mo yung impact nitong no?
EDSA pa lang yan, no?
EDSA major, EDSA Rebuild Program. No? Kung ang iniisip po natin yung ating mga
Trade.
manggagawang Pilipino, mga estudyante, tayo po, no? Na
Oo,
mga
lahat tayo
commuter.
maapektuhan. Oo.
So, ang laki pala ng impact nito sa ekonomiya natin, pati.
Kaya nga, grabe. Parang just the thought of it. Pero tama nga yung sinabi niya, dapat whole of government approach, di ba? Hindi yung may kaisip
Patsi-patsi.
yung odd-even scheme. Dapat kinonsulta rin dyan DepEd kasi mga estudyante. Siyempre, mga dole para at least baka mahikayat nila mag-work from home. O, di ba? Yung, ewan ko kung ano pang mga LTO.
Ayun, mamaya makakausap natin yung truckers. Kasi anong
truckers.
magiging epekto sa inyo na
Correct.
papayagan lamang kayo mula alas 10 ng
PM
gabi
hanggang alas 5.
Kung magdamagan lang kayo.
Oo.
Dahil hindi mo rin naman ma-imagine na meron ang sikip na nga ng EDSA, tapos naglalakihan yung mga truck ng mga katabi mo during the daytime.
Pero grabe, no, yung sinabi niya, Rojas Boulevard, 7 months lang,
7
320 billion. Itong EDSA, 2 years, ilang trillion? Bakit umabot na tayo ng trillion in loss, di ba? Loss of potential revenue. Mababalik pa ba natin si Sir George? Para
Subukan lang natin kasi
I want to get his
for time
thoughts.
dahil meron tayong susunod na rin na
I want to get his thoughts about the economic team. Kasi right away, the President said, retain sila kaagad.
So
I was
also
there enough
thinking
time?
about continuity, di ba? Nung mga
Continuity.
ano niya.
Or pero, ayun na nga pero tingnan natin kung ano yung thoughts ng private sector. Ha? Babalikan na lang natin.
Babalikan natin para lang matapos natin yung kanyang sagot tungkol sa retention ng buong economic team ng ating Pangulong Marcos.
At ang oras, alas 9:22 na po ng umaga. At pwede na natin pong kausapin ulit po si Sir George Barcelon para po tapusin niya po yung kanyang yung
Just to finish his thought.
just to finish his thoughts about the economic team that of PBBM. Ito yun, just for people know, the economic team is of course DOF, Department of Finance, Ralph Recto.
Ralph Recto.
Special Assistant for businesses, di ba?
Reverend
Reverend Go. Department of Trade and Industry, Secretary Chris Roque. DBM, si Secretary Amena Pangandaman. At saka, sino pa? Si Balisakan, Secretary
Balisakan.
Balisakan.
ng
DepDev. O, ayan. Nandiyan na po si Sir George. Sir George, to
finish
continue, to continue
thought,
about the economic team of the President.
Well, as I said, the President sees that the team is working their best. But the challenges is that we have
ayun na naman,
wala na
nag-freeze na
talaga,
naman ang
I
ating
think.
signal.
Nako, Sir George, we will have to probably, nawala na. Baka he can just remove his video. Na lang siya, mag-audio na lang siya.
Try lang natin balikan without the video. Maybe
baka
it's going to
mahina.
work.
Ayan, isa sa mga hindi rin natin mahikayat ang ating mga foreign investors dahil ang internet natin hindi stable. Diba? Chapi-chapi na chabi-chabi pa ang bayad.
Chapi-chapi na ang
Chabi-chabi pa. Yun nga, chabi-chabi.
Chapi-chapi, mataba.
mataba
ang taba ng singil nyo.
Yung singil.
Saka minsan, itong reklamo ko, wala kang internet for 4 or 5 days, buo pa rin ang singil sa'yo.
Siyempre namang
Di
Pinoy.
ba dapat pro-rata ibawas yung mga araw na hindi
-4
wala kang
days.
internet?
Pero wala, hindi ganyan ang dito ang kalakaran. Sir George, can we have you back for your finishing, for your
I
closing?
need you back!
Kasi nga yung economic team, nakasalalay sa kanila ang development at ang
mga polisiya.
mga polisiya ng ating bansa. Talaga ngayon ang dami nating utang.
Pero I mean, kung titingnan mo yung inflation rate natin, di
bumaba.
ba? What? Are we at like 2 point something lang?
Bumaba.
Ang nung
Bumaba.
ng inflation. Nagmamahal pa rin yung bilihin. Pero hindi na ganun kabilis.
Di ba? Yung isang pinakamataas, 4 point something?
Grabe. No, but like
Umabot
at
ba
the
sa
time,
6?
was it Venezuela? That's like 100 something.
No, yung sa atin, dito sa Pilipinas. What was the highest? 4 point something?
Pag sinabi kasi,
Single digit.
Pag single digit lamang,
Controllable.
I mean, that's a good sign. Di ba,
Controllable.
na ang pagtaas ng bilihin, mabagal lamang.
Nandyan pa? Okay, Sir George, one last time. Your thoughts again about the economic team. Are
Being
you in
retained.
favor of
Walang
them being
inales.
retained?
well,
Ayun na.
Wala na
Ayun.
talaga.
Okay.
Talaga na, Sir George, talaga.
We are
Sorry.
going to give up on that.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
can
talagang...
you hear me?
Yes, there! Go ahead. Sige po, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Oo.
itong Wi-Fi natin is also one of the impediments.
Exactly, we were saying
we
that.
were saying,
The progress natin.
Oo. So, about the economic team, your thoughts of retaining them? Or do you agree that they were retained? Or do you think there's room for improvement?
I think it's good for to retain them for continuity. Okay, as when I was there in ASEAN, of course they heard about the courtesy resignation. Many of them who have visited the Philippines and discussed with some of the government officials. Then I said, in the meantime, this has been retained, no? And it's good for continuity. Some of the programs that have been set by this team will and should continue. So that's all I can say. Each of them have their challenges. We are, as far as foreign investments, the last tally is we're one of the country that has not have that much, no? And on the side of tourism, we are one of the lowest also. And in the manufacturing sector, we are hampered by logistic costs, ease of doing business,
yan, naku.
and also cost of power. So yung mga issues na yan is still there. It's still there. Private sector keep working hard at it. And we ask the government to really factor in the ease of doing business because that's the aspect wherein we can attract more foreign direct investments.
Sir George, itong tanong ko, what about yung ating, is there perceived to be political instability sa ating bansa? Alam mo, the investors will not come in kapag nakikita nila na ganito yung ating, with the impending impeachment trial of the Vice President and also because of yung protesta na pagpulsuhan mo yung mga Pilipino. Ayaw po yung ginawa na pag-aresto at pag-surrender po sa ating dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa dahig. Yung political stability
yung issue na yan, ang tingin ko, yung mga ASEAN countries, no, madalas din meron silang political issues.
Unrest.
Thailand, Malaysia, may kanyang-kanyang storya. So when they see us, of course they will say, I hope it works out. Yan din ang response ko when I see that other countries are having trouble their local politics. We always wish the best for others, no? I tell them, I hope everything works. So yun din ang parating nila sa akin. I hope itong issue nyo will work out for the best.
But in the meantime, will they come in? wait and
as I
see
said
muna.
earlier, no? Yung political stability is also a key factor.
Aside from
They have
political...
experienced, other countries have experienced also, pag meron ganitong problema,
Unrest,
people tend to stand back, no? Wait and see.
So,
You
sir,
know, going back to the EDSA,
Okay.
since it's going to be implemented, I just hope that the LOT will provide all the necessary backup, no?
LTO.
Alam mo dito sa EDSA, madalas nakikita natin nasiraan yung kotse. They have to have ready to pull
tow truck
take out
services
the
right
cars.
away.
Towing.
At saka yung issue ng mga for medical emergency. So all of that, and then sometimes I worry too much. When I think of pagtakulan, flooding pa, so all of this, I think they should prepare ahead of time.
Good luck sa ating
So,
lahat.
Sir George, aside from the political instability of the country, I'm more concerned about the security, peace and security. So many countries have already raised the alarm. Dito po sa Pilipinas, Korea just recently, and before that, Australia, even the US. How is that also affecting trade and business here in the Philippines? What are your thoughts po, lalo na when you went to this ASEAN summit po?
Well, definitely, peace and order of a country is a key concern for investors and also for the local businessmen.
Yes.
What we have been hearing about the issuance of letters of to their countrymen not to visit the Philippines is of concern, and I think our Department of Foreign Affairs is looking into that. But I hope the situation would be handled well. We don't want this issue on peace and order to go any further. Give us alam mo naman, these are the things that are picked up by the international news. They don't pick up the good
Yes.
news, they pick up all the bad news.
Yes, correct. Oo. So, that's really for a thing of concern, no? A factor that has to really be addressed sooner so that at least tourism, economy, di ba, trade is not affected further.
Also yung perception of corruption, tayo dun yung perception of corruption
Mataas rin ho ba?
index sa atin, di ba?
Oo.
Apart from the red tape, they have to contend with the corruption also.
One of the, it's just my thoughts. Itong 3 years na maapektado yung EDSA, the government maybe should really look into a skyway along that route.
Temporary skyway?
Oo, kasi yung MRT, it's for pasahero lang eh.
Oo.
Yes.
Okay, but we need to have another overhead road for EDSA for passengers car, no?
Yeah.
So the construction will not be very expensive kasi yung mga mabibigat ng trucks dapat
Sa baba.
nasa lupa.
Oo.
Because the
Permanent.
LRT is only point to point, wala naman sila artery roads eh.
Yeah.
Unless you have a road mismo, then that would be more efficient. We cannot, actually beforehand, I was against too much concentrating on the EDSA, but wala tayong choice.
Yeah.
So for the 3 years, I'm just wondering whether they factored that in. No? Na imbis na, alam mo, may bus carousel. We lost already the private owners or private driven cars.
2
no?
lanes,
And then
yeah.
we have the bicycle lane.
Yeah. So another lane.
Ang estimate I asked JICA one time, what do they think of this, the cost to the economy on this traffic? He said before, 2014 was 2.4 billion pesos.
A day.
Correct. Oo,
A day yun.
oo.
Ngayon, it's more than 3 billion.
3 billion a day. And now with EDSA.
Ang additional cost natin.
Oo.
So those numbers are big numbers, are concerned. Isang buwan lang 100 billion ang tinapon natin eh.
Nako,
Correct.
oo.
Natapon sa traffic.
Sayang. Correct.
Ako naman,
So that's why I said, if we're going to do this, should we do it really na a master plan wherein there's another level there
Yeah.
for cars and all the heavy cars,
Long-term,
trucks?
Oo,
Plan?
long term.
Oo,
Yeah.
oo.
It's just a suggestion. I'm not an expert on traffic.
Alam niyo naman,
I'm just observing, no?
Yeah.
Pagdating sa urban planning, dyan tayo remiss. Alam mo, Sir George, bilang nanay naman, can you imagine all of the mothers and fathers who do not have dinner together with their children?
Yes,
Hindi kamukha
yes,
nung
yes.
panahon natin, di ba?
Oo, by 6
Sabay-sabay
o'clock,
tayo
7 o'clock.
nagkakakunan.
Oo.
Ngayon, wala na pong ganun,
Dahil sa
Sir
traffic.
George, dahil
Oo.
tipid sa
Dahil sa
traffic
traffic.
ng mga magulang.
Alam mo, Ali, yung observation ko, katulad yung may bus carousel, okay naman. But during the rainy season, kawawa yung mga pasahero kasi yung lugar na naka-standby sila.
Correct.
Hindi naman talagang may protection eh.
Correct.
Ako,
Pag malakas ang hangin, basa sila lahat eh.
yeah.
Correct.
Sir George, short-term solution. Should we export more Filipinos to work abroad? Parang that's the easiest and fastest way to make money. Unfortunately, but short-term solution, while EDSA is languishing because of the rehab, languishing
Mabawasan ang populasyon natin, ipadala na.
Ipadala natin. Oo, sige, magtrabaho na lang kayo abroad. Bumalik kayo sa 2027 pag ayos ng EDSA.
Pero talaga, you make a very right observation.
I make a...
Kasi kung ang bansa natin, hindi natin makaprovide ng opportunity sa mga kabataan natin.
Oo.
What's important, we give them their better
Opportunities. Pay.
opportunity, their better education. Why not? If they can seek opportunity outside. Ang advantage natin, if you look at it, ang mga ibang bansa, tumatanda na.
Yeah.
Europe, mga 43 and above. Japan, 40%, 60 na.
Oo.
So, we do have that advantage, no, na ang population natin, ang average
Young.
age, young.
Yeah.
But, just being young doesn't mean anything unless you really educate them,
Correct.
Correct.
unless you train them. Okay? And it's really a fact that if we can give opportunity for them to work elsewhere, it's a win-win. Tignan mo naman yung OFW natin, ang remittances, almost 40 billion.
Yeah. Oo.
So
See?
that has to be looked into. And as I travel, like I was also in the US to attend a IT and AI forum. That's where I can see, that there are certain sectors that we can develop our human resources.
Ayun. Correct.
And dito naman sa long-term growth, although US is becoming isolationist,
Yeah.
meron naman ibang bansa like the Gulf, the Middle East. Middle East Cooperation Council, active sila sa ASEAN. Okay? And they're really looking for opportunities. So alam mo na, I'm a businessman, so I'm usually optimistic. Pero guarded optimistic.
Guarded optimist. Ayan.
Guarded
Optimist.
optimism!
Ayan. Thank you very much, Sir George. Thank you for your
Sige.
insights.
Thank you.
And hopefully nga,
Thank
EDSA will not be as bad as we all think it's going to be, because talaga otherwise...
Yan ang guarded optimism.
Yan ang guarded
Na ang
optimism.
EDSA is not going to be as
Ako nga,
bad.
pessimist na ako. Languishing tayo dyan sa EDSA. Mamamatay na lang tayo dyan sa
Grabe,
EDSA. Thank you very
nako.
much po, Sir George, muli.
Thank
Sa
you for
uulitin po.
inviting me.
Thank you
Thank
very
Have a nice
much.
day.
Chairman
Thank you.
ng ating Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, si Sir George Barcelona.